exactly what to expect on the course. My age was one small aspect, because being 44 I didn't know whether everybody's going to be young and straight out of school. I have a family to look after, so the career change, which is something I've wanted to do for a while. So lots of different things go through your mind, I think, when you're in your 40s and you're making a career change, a career decision like that. I teach English, and also I work as crew and skipper in boats around the Mediterranean. I live in Mallorca. I've always wanted to do something like this. It's been a part of me since I was quite young, really, being active, and I can't sit down for 5 minutes. So I like to run around, and I like to throw myself around, and I like to do sports. I like the gym, so it's always been something I enjoy, and I like seeing other people enjoy it as well. So I think it's always been part of what I was going to end up doing. I looked online. I was thinking about it for a while, about where to go. Going back to the UK, you have to think about accommodation prices, you have to think about moving around, and I looked at going back to Swansea at one point, where my sisters live, and seeing family at the same time, but then I realised putting myself in the loop with the family and studying at the same time aren't really beneficial to actually doing well on the course. You need as much time as possible to study. And I put in Europe, and UK I found PT, and from that point on, I think it was about 3 years ago I first contacted Toby, or just before, or maybe just after, and it's been with my intention of coming here since then. So it's really been just waiting for the appropriate time, because with the accommodation and with everything so close and being around like-minded people all of the time during the course, it was a no-brainer really for me. I felt that I knew a reasonable amount about personal fitness and health and nutrition, but then you realise you have to learn things in a way that you haven't done for a while, and it's very textbook, it's very exact, it's very correct, because obviously you're going to be passing this information on to clients. So I was daunted by everything, but then that quickly went away. That very quickly went away. As soon as I became in contact with yourself and Toby, and I realised the support that was there, then it wasn't really daunting anymore. It was more exciting, I suppose. I was at a couple of points where you think this is just too much for now, I might have to just come around maybe the next one and the next one, which I didn't want to do. And then when I realised I'd sent off say one part of the laps, and it came back almost instantly. So you don't have time to stop. It's there to go on to the next bit. So it's move on, and really you're getting pulled through it, which is fantastic. It's just one of the most positive experiences in my life. The content of the course, everything was interesting. Everything was, everything was just naturally led into the next thing, and you were always eye-open going into it, because it was always interesting. Whether it would just be spotting, moving in through gym techniques, whether it be the first aid, everything was interesting on the course, especially physiology and anatomy. As long as you are focused, and as long as you know that you've come here to leave as a PT, and you're going to leave as a PT with you and Toby around, you're going to, but you have to be prepared, because the more prepared you are, the easier it is. The tutors are fantastic. Yes, it's more like the thing I like about it is, as well as it being extremely professional and everybody having a wealth of knowledge, I don't think there's a single question you could possibly ask where you're not going to get an answer almost instantly. But there's also a camaraderie amongst everybody, especially the tutors, where you have a laugh and you can bounce off each other and take the mick out of each other and enjoy the day as well. So there's a right moment for everything. And I think you capitalise on each moment as much as you can. The gym is perfect for what it is, for what we're here for, and honestly there's no, everybody will have certain likes and dislikes for how they like a gym. For me, it's been perfect. Accommodation perfect, close to where we are every morning, close enough to go back when you have a half an hour break, you can go back and quickly make something to eat, or have a quick shower between sessions, so I think it's perfect. The PT clinic was fantastic. John was a good egg. We got on very well straight away, and it was my first exposure of taking on a client, and listening to real slight complaints. Maybe he's carrying a slight knee injury, and what activities he does, and working and scoping the exercise pattern around his lifestyle. So it was an interesting experience and really enjoyed it. I think everybody left that with 2 thumbs up and buzzing. I can still grow at 44. I've just grown in every way. I feel confident to go into the PT world. I'm really keen to get back and start changing people's lives, in whether it's a little bit or a lot. But I'm absolutely sure I can make a difference. It's just been a fantastic experience.